Yeah, we're done. Be careful right here. There's debris all. Yeah. No. No. Yeah, we're done. Be careful right here. There's debris all. Yeah. No. No.
Oh, there we go. Sorry. That's what's happening on Maui, but also on a Big Island. If you're tuning in, thank you for. Hopefully, my audio is okay. I'm gonna have to edit a few things. So I'm live on YouTube, Instagram. No, not Instagram. Tried Instagram. YouTube, Twitter, and then of course Twitch. So we'll be back in a second. Keep our families in prayer. We have families in Maui and Big Island. Big Island obviously is not as severe as Maui, but Maui had crazy fires. I'll play the video again once we come back. But if you're joining me for the first time, welcome. We'll be right back. Wrong video. Let's do the real video. Here we go. And there we are. So hopefully my audio is good. Man, it's crazy what's going on in Maui. And I'll have my wife probably chime in. We've got family in Lahaina, also in upcountry Maui, different parts of Maui. So to all of my friends and family that are going to be watching this, I tried to go live on Instagram, but I did something wrong with the RTMP code. So we are live on YouTube, X or Twitter, and then Twitch as well. So thank you. I see Brother Ruben. I don't know how the fires are starting. Bro, it's crazy. Hey, Tala on Twitch. Let me take off my band. This little thing is nice, but it's kind of irritating when I'm at the computer. I don't know how they're starting. It's crazy. You could take a cigarette, right? And because of the hurricane wind, so um I honestly don't know all the details of the hurricane, but let's ask Google real quick for the update. What's the weather like in Lahaina, Maui?
It's 76 degrees with smoke in Lahaina. There is currently a red flag, fire weather warning in effect.
So the red flag weather warning, basically strong winds, low humidity throughout most of leeward areas. I'm going to share something with you guys also with a friend of mine, Brother Kalani Pea. He is a Grammy Award winning artist based in Maui, and he posted an extremely beautifully written, intelligent post about the fires. And it's unfortunate that there's a lot of commentary going around about the fires, and I get it, it's tragic, but I don't think this is the time to get political, but there's a lot of political conversation already obviously with climate change and all that, and I don't think this is a time or place to make it political, obviously, but um Kalani Bay shared something really beautiful, and I think now, a matter of fact, I'll share with you guys. I don't know if I saved it, but I think you may not be able to see it, but I'll share it on screen as I read it, and I'm sure he won't mind me sharing it, but it is drier than usual for sure, Talum. So if you don't know Lahaina, Lahaina is like a tourist mecca for anyone that doesn't know. It's like a tourist mecca. Like I'll give you a perfect example. When people know that I'm from Hawaii, they always ask, "What island are you from?" And it's like I feel like people want to identify with us Hawaiians, like, "Oh yeah, I've been to that island." And but Maui, for some reason, I don't know what it is, but Maui is like the most popular island, at least in the sense of like the cool island. I think people don't associate Oahu, Waikiki, Honolulu as being the cool island. They think it's overrun with tourism, which maybe it is. But anyways, Lahaina is the mecca of, I think, the tourism that people want to experience Hawaii without the crowds. Although Maui is starting to get crowded, but anyways, Lahaina is where you'll see a lot of the beautiful sunsets. Well, all of Hawaii, beautiful sunsets, but Lahaina's got a nice harbor, a nice beach area where you can literally see the whales come in. You can literally see the whales come in and just breach. And that whole town is literally, right, it's burned. Let me share a video and you guys can see it. And I'll just, now keep in mind, these are not my videos. Um, and I'll share it anyway. And it's all public domain. And if the original host or whatever wants to get credit, I think I gave them credit already, but here we go. I don't know if it'll show up on screen. Okay, that won't share, but I'll share a video that I've got here. Where's this video? It was into my beginning, so I have it. Here we go. Bruh, I'll play it again. That's crazy. Look at this one. That's insane. So an entire town literally burned to a crisp. And so we have family in Lahaina with a video where I shooted. Now they don't live obviously there, but they live more inside. So as we just found out that one of our cousins, they lost their home and also he lost his job because his job was where you saw the fires. So it's unbelievable. And so with the hurricane, is it Dora? I forget. I just don't know. Hurricane season. Yeah, Hurricane Dora. So Hurricane Dora, it's moving away, but the wind that it brought to Category 4. So it's unbelievable the type of. I'm going to share some more. I can. So I'll play the video in just a second. But so our cousin that lost their home, he lost his home and his job, but also I think so my uncles and my aunties on my wife's side, they were okay, they were safe. Thank God, because some of our family they're on the older side, so that was one of our concerns, it's like, man, I crazy. But let me show some video. I hope I can share these videos. I'm not sure what if I'm doing something wrong, but let's share screen. Present. For anybody that where is it? Here we go. Let's share this. Here, can you guys see that? Okay, you can see that. Good. Yay. Okay, here we go. Hopefully it shows up on your screen.
Oh, God damn it! Just go! There's fire through there! Go! Let's go! Damn, it's hot. Just go, dude. We're good. We made it. We got a line on the road now. Oh, my God. We're going to go. Gotta sleep. Yeah, I know you can't see, bro. It's okay. We're almost to the smokestack. If anybody's a real Mexican grill, bro. But where? Oh, look at this. Where? Can we go to Front Street? Is anybody on Front Street? It said Civic Center. There's a shelter. Civic Center.
Bro, that's crazy. I'll show you another one. Let's go back. This is a minute-long video. So.
Zoom may be great for meetings, but you need a platform that's actually designed for podcasters, and that's Riverside.
Yeah, I don't know why there's no volume, but check out these fires, bro. It's crazy. Man, my heart, man, I ain't gonna lie, man, I was crying a little bit earlier. Just, man, this is our home, you know. Now we don't live on Maui. We don't have a place on Maui, but we got a lot of family in Maui. Oh, I think this video kind of looped again. Show you guys some more videos. I think that's all I have for now. But so one of our family members, he's a pilot, and he lives in Maui, and man, it's just heartbreaking. I want to share something too about. Let me read you. Come into his binnacles. You don't realize how hot it can be. Help fight a grass and brush fire in a yard. I've 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 fought two fires. So back in 2012, one of our tool sheds caught on fire. So for Paul Mitchell, so for those of you that don't know, I used to work for Paul Mitchell, but we have a property on Oahu, and that's where you know, President Obama and all these people that were, you know, like, we had Rock, Dwayne Johnson stay there, and anyways, one of uh our tool sheds right next to our property caught on fire. It was so hot, bro, and we was far away, honestly far, but like maybe I want to say 10 to 15 feet away from the flame, and I was getting like you could feel the burn. It was crazy, but yeah, it's crazy like watching those videos, those guys, and yeah, I won't show the video, but there's this one video of these guys driving through the town, and bro, there was this lady on the ground. It was so sad, and like it was heartbreaking to watch. She was, I don't even know, like I didn't watch it enough to, but she was on the ground, and the guys like, bro, there's nothing we can do for her. Like she was already, I don't want to say she was burnt to a crisp because I don't think I don't know. I didn't like. It's just that you see these guys. There's a couple of them in the car. And, bro, there's nothing we can do, and I can't imagine how hot it was in their car. And it's just so sad, bro. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Um, there was this girl on Twitter X. She posted, and I'm not throwing salt or shade at her, but it got political in her conversations that she had. And to me, it's like I don't care right now about climate change. I don't care about global warming. I don't care about the whole. I really don't. Um, as a native Hawaiian, it's sad to see your place burn. You know, your place burn up. I want to share a quote, and it's on his public Instagram profile. So I want to make sure I give him credit, and I don't want him to think that, you know, yeah, I'm gonna monetize off of his verbiage because it's his, and I'm just sharing. Brother Kalani Pea on Maui, and let me see if I can. So I don't know if you can read this. If you can't, it's okay because I'm gonna read it out loud, and I'm gonna put myself on the bottom here. So, or let's just take myself out of it. Oh, it doesn't matter. So he said that. Check this out. He said that Lahaina is the first capital of Hawaii alongside Kona. Hence, it's the land of our chiefs, kings, and queens, where it was known for a plethora of water around Mokulua, or actually Moku'ula, and Mokuhinia. Mokuhinia. I'm really butchering my own Hawaiian, but it's where Kiha Wahine dwelled. Boats could go all the way in surrounding Waiola church area from 200 years ago. Lahaina were wetlands. Lahaina were wetlands, not dry land. So I'm going to pause right there. So if you've never been to Lahaina, Maui, Lahaina, Maui is as beautiful as it is. It's dry. It's weird. Like, why is it dry? And I never thought about that. So let me finish reading this and then we'll talk about it. Fires were not supposed to happen in wetlands. The stealing and water diversions, channelizations of businesses, golf courses, sugarcane and pineapple plantations, and hotels took away all that are natural of Lahaina. So there's a learning lesson here. Let's not emphasize too much on this ha'avina. I hope I'm butchering that. Kind of not good. I'm Hawaiian, but it's okay. Material things are all temporary. Our lives matter the most, and Lahaina is not a tourist spot. It's the aina of our kupuna. It's the land of our kanaka. My heart aches as my place in Wailuku was a pu'uhonua for some families last night. Everything is ravaged on the west side of Maui. I'm not even going to pretend to be good at reading it. I'm going to try anyway. Aia ihea kawai o kane. Where is the water of Kane? Now it's time to work and thrive together and take care of our loved ones. Kama'aina who are displaced at this time first and foremost. Na keokua na akua mena aoma. My wife's gonna be mad at me. Ama kua e malama mau. And it's interesting to hear that perspective on the fires, right? We talk about, so if you don't know how Hawaii, like when you got mountains, and Hawaii has a natural tropical climate, of course, because of the location, but it rains and then the rains come down the mountain and they form rivers and streams and they go out into towards the ocean. So a lot of the lands in Hawaii would kind of like certain areas would form marshlands, wetlands. So where I'm from on a big island, that is more volcanic topography. There are no rivers that go through where I'm from, but where I lived in Kailua, Oahu, there used to be a marshlands, and what they did was they developed. They basically took all the water and they channeled it to the sides, and in the middle is where they developed residential communities and stuff like that. And so that's what they did with a lot of property in Hawaii. And so all that to say is that when you take a land that was originally created throughout time to be wet marshlands, and then now it's dry because they want to develop hotels and those kind of things. And so that conversation is very important to have when you think about it. It's like, wow, we're not blaming, you know, I think we're beyond that. So I want to welcome all my Twitch. I see Twitch people on, so not all my Twitch, but I see a couple of Twitch, and then there is someone on YouTube. So I'm gonna jump on YouTube. I want to see who's on my YouTube. Man, I think it's so loud. Sorry, my iPhone is really loud. I'm getting used to iPhones, by the way. I'm starting to use it more. So if you're not following me on all my social media outlets, it's all the same. It's the real Greg Lopez. Let's see who's on. If you're not following me on all my social media outlets, it's all the same. Oh, Ruben's on. Oh, Ruben's on YouTube. I thought he was on Twitch. Oh well. So let me play that video one more time. And I borrowed this from please say a prayer. Do you know Mr. Beast? I don't know Mr. Beast. Do you know? I don't know who. I mean, I've heard of him. Yeah. Touches. I'm gonna play that video. So this video, I watched it from Jason Momoa. And then so I'm gonna share this video and then we'll come back. I'm gonna probably share this video 3 or 4 times because I really want, and I'll share the ways you can help if that's you. You're everywhere. Why did you ignore me? I didn't ignore you. I gotta play a video. I'll come back to you, Mr. touchiest pimp. Okay, here we go. Play this video. It's a minute long.
Yeah, we're done. Be careful right here. There's debris all. Yeah. No. No. Yeah, we're done. Be careful right here. There's debris all. Yeah. No. No.
Is that CGI? It is what CGI? The dude or the video? And I knew, I suppose you comment. And I knew when I saw that earlier, that people had jumped in the water, the car over the curb. Yeah. So it's not confirmed. So I don't want to make it like hearsay, but just from what I heard my wife talking, they are concerned that there may be more bodies in the water, and so the Coast Guard has been doing their due diligence and um, patrolling the waters. So, man, it's crazy. Just thinking about, can you imagine like your whole town just catching fire? It's crazy. Like getting back to Touchy's Stimp, whatever his name is, Catalina Island. So you guys remember the fires in Greece? I want to say in 2018, 61 people died in that fire, and thank God, not that it's not that bad in Hawaii and Maui. But now a lot of people are not aware that even the Big Island is on fire too. Not Big Island's on, but there are wildfires on the Big Island, and that's a concern too because it's all happening in the drier sides of the island. So if you don't know how Hawaii, every island in Hawaii for the most part. So we've got what we call the windward side, we've got the leeward side, we've got we call west side, east side, and every west side of every island in general is dry desert climate. It's really unique. Every island has got another. Some islands have a little bit more drier climates than other. Like for example, Molokai has um a lot more drier climate than most other places, or even Kaho'olawe, which is a flat island for the most part. There's some little ravines and hillsides, but there's no like watershed. I think if I'm wording it properly. But anyways, um, I don't know where I was with that, but it was just sad to see. Just oh shoot, I'm so sorry, my Twitter people. I meant to, dude. I'm so sorry, Twitter people. I forgot I can't see your comments on my live stream on my. So let me jump on my Twitter. I'm sorry to chase squirrels, guys. I don't want to be like insensitive and not catch people that are on my. Totally forgot that, guys. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I'm on my iPad to get comments. Here we are. Sorry. Hey, I'm so sorry, people on Twitter. I see you now. So let me address you guys. So oh Judy, what the heck? Judy and Jody. I'm so sorry. Bro, it's good to see you guys. Um, anyways, getting back to the fires and how the topography actually I say Lanai. Some people say Lanai. For me, I always say for the most part Lanai or even Molokai. I've heard Molokai, I've heard Molokai. I honestly don't know. I'm part native Hawaiian. My wife, so if you don't know my wife is actually literally 49% native Hawaiian. So we did a whole DNA testing for her. Good to see you, Judy. Man, our heart and my prayer goes out to you, Judy. I just found out my cousin lost his home. They're in Lahaina. Um, and then my uncles and aunties, and I'm not gonna drop names because this is a public, and I don't have the permission to drop names. But um, yeah, my uncles and aunties, they're a little bit older, so it's just good to hear that they're okay. Lanai, yeah. My wife shared, and I'm gonna get emotional just thinking about because my heart. There's something about not being organically in the islands. It's just so emotionally taxing for us. And bruh, I ain't gonna lie, like my wife shared this. She got a message from a friend in Maui's and it was talking about, hey, I just want to send you this message. This is my last. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it. And I just want you to know that this is how I'm doing where I'm at. And I'm like, holy smoke, they actually told you that. She's like, yeah. And I was like, what the heck is going on? It's like, "Wow, that's crazy." And this is our home, and it's like, hey, Karen, good to see you. I'm glad that Elon Musk is starting to put time into Twitter, X, whatever, whatever it's called. And going back to the topography, what Kalani explained was when you take a natural oasis like Hawaii and um you create a tourist industry the way Lahaina was. Holy smokes, I'm saying Lahaina was. That's so crazy. I'm saying how Lahaina was. Ah, what kind of evacuation plan? Judith, you're so crazy to say that, right? Like, what kind of evacuation plan do you have? Like, how do you like for a fire? Because we're like, oh my god, my brain is going on. It's crazy. Like, how do you have an evacuation plan for a fire? Because you don't. What if the wind blows, right? And then I'm not critiquing Judy's comment because she's right. She's spot on. But how do you come up with I mean, you got to have something, right? I mean, crazy. Now, Judy, if you want to jump in, I would love to hear your voice, but that's up to you. I don't want to put it. I don't know where you're at as far as you know. But Judy, if you don't know Judy, she's I'll put it in the comments for those that don't know Tiki Tales. She is a content creator in Maui. She's also a best-selling author on Amazon. She writes children's books. She's actually uh like us. She teaches her her son homeschool and yeah. And so, anyways, I just posted her up in the. So that's her name. So for all of my Twitch family, people that are on YouTube, I tried to go live on Instagram, but I messed up somewhere. So I can go live on Instagram through here too. So they set up evac centers here when but like so how do you set up an evacuation plan for somebody like let's just say Maui when you got the ocean, you've got the town, you've got to have multiple plans, right? Southwest has $18 flights in there. Dude, oh, that's crazy. Southwest coming through. Ruben is he's an honorary Hawaiian. Just if anybody doesn't know, he knows what I'm talking about. I'm sure. But how do you come up with an evacuation plan? You know what I mean? Let me get my. I got like multiple devices going. I got my iPad to read my. Dude. So Judy was talking about. So I can't. You guys can't see it on my Twitch or YouTube. But Judy said there needs to be a communication center where to go. There needs to be a communication center where they're not reliant on a power grid, and they're not so for example, and I'm not a Elon Musk fanboy, but what he did with, what's it called? What's the satellite company, internet company? Um, somebody help me out here, Ruben, Anyways, he provides internet around the world with satellites. Is it Starlink? I think it's Starlink. And, so we got Papa Bear in Alaska. In the most remote part of Alaska, they have internet. So we need to have something like that where they have like what Judy said, communications, but You know what I mean? So when you've got potentially a fire that can go east or west at any given moment, like what is your yeah, Starlink, right? Okay, thank you, Karen. Something where you would have that in place because that's the number one thing that goes out is the power grid and also communications, right? So that's why, and I'm all for electric vehicles, but I don't think that that's the answer, especially when it comes in disaster times, because the power grid is the most important thing, and the last thing you need is a bunch of electric vehicles sucking electricity in the middle of disaster time, you know. So 911 was down, cell phone down, but there needs to be a central body with clear information pumping. Yeah, that's where I think. Um, I really feel like sound like a fanboy for Elon, but what he has provided the world in terms of communications, what Judy's talking about. So the Twitch family, Judy said that the 911 was down, cell towers were down, which is very common, right, in any disaster situation. So if you guys remember, um, what was it? Oh, I'm sorry, Greece. So Greece had something very similar, um, except they had a cliff, and I those videos are so hard to watch. Like there were people getting burned alive because the wind was so strong and the fire was blowing uphill. So they had no evacuation plan because where do you go? You can't go, and there are people jumping off the cliff to their death just because they couldn't handle the heat. It was so crazy. One guy survived. He got behind his house, and the fire literally wrapped his house, and he survived by hiding in a corner. It was just unbelievable. It's crazy. Judy said something really important. I want you guys to hear it. So there needs to be a list for missing persons. It's crazy. Like, Judy, we just heard back from so we have our nephew, he's a pilot for an airlines there. We have our uncles and aunties in Lahaina, but a few of them live in upcountry, and it's a little bit more away, but they still got fires that are kind of going over there. So, and of course, for those that don't know, Big Island has wildfires too. I think they're mostly contained. The last I checked, it was like 60-70% contained. So, but we do need some kind of infrastructure, and it's really sad that you think about it. As a native Hawaiian, we are literally in the middle of an ocean surrounded by water. And how in the heck does an entire city, entire town burn to the ground? Crazy. And, I was just talking bubbles with my wife earlier. I'm like, you would think that we would have a pumping apparatus at every coastline that just grabs water out of the ocean as a last resort to pump water straight up into the wherever. And that's just I was just talking. I don't think I think environmentally it would be hazardous, but like I said, it'd be a last resort. So, hey Han, who was the I have my wife here. I want her to share something about. She has. Can you tell me what your friend said or whoever it was about the last? This is the last I'll see, or her hula sister.
Her son called her and said that was the last that he might die.
So my wife's hula sister, yeah. Her son called her, yeah, and said this might be the last time I. This might be the last that you'll hear or see from me, and he wasn't. It was man that makes me cry. Like it's crazy.
Remember I was telling you about that guy?
So
He dropped off his family and he came back. He probably could have been the guy that
Sorry if you guys can't hear my wife. She's talking to me, but I'm sorry you guys can't hear her. I'm just trying to pick up what she's saying. So I should get my wife a mic. But so I don't know where that audio is coming from. I'm gonna read some comments real quick. I don't know where's that audio coming from. Let me read some comments. Sorry guys. This is on Twitter or X. We relied on Facebook group. What the heck? I said that too. We hope New Lahaina has water pumps and firewalls. I want to welcome. I see some old friends. I see brother Chris, 45 Kyle in here. Good to see you. Fall one as well. Well, okay, so let's have the discussion, Judy. Since Judy is my she's our Maui authority because that's where she lives on. She lives where? Judy, you know Judy Tiki Tales? Oh, wait. So Judy, you live in Lahaina. I thought you lived on. Well, you technically live on both. That's what I always thought in Lanai, and yeah, that's what but Maui is still her home, right? It's like I think Lanai and Maui. It's kind of like for me, Kailua and Waianae, same island, although that not same island, but you know what I mean. So yeah, Judy is our she's our authority. So she lives on both islands. She's a business owner, best-selling author. She's a homeschooling parent like us, and she's got a great story. If you're not following her, make sure you follow her. Also, if you're not um, subscribed to her, she does. I'm gonna pump her up, I'm gonna pump you up. So, um, where am I? So, sorry guys, I'm gonna take a minute to just. I'll pull her up in just a second. But yeah, if you're not following Judy, make sure you follow her. She's a content creator. Did she turn off her subscriptions? Maybe you did. I don't know if you did or not. So let me share this video, guys. It'll give me a second to kind of regroup my thoughts. But for those that are jumping in a little bit late, I'm going to share this video. You're in Wailuku. Okay. Beautiful waterfalls. Yeah, Wailuku. It's funny because Wailuku, no matter what island, has beautiful waterfalls. I don't know what it is. Just the word. Maybe the word. Because even Big Island. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let me play this video, and I want you guys to watch it. Matter of fact, I'll play two. This is
Yeah, we're done. Be careful right here. There's debris all. Yeah. No. No. Yeah, we're done. Be careful right here. There's debris all. Yeah. No. No.
so we're gonna have this now that I got my thoughts regrouped. Judy, thank you for chiming in, by the way. I appreciate you being in here. The political conversation that came up, and I'm not subscribing to that at this moment, obviously, but that there were people talking about climate change and they've politicized this event. And it's first of all, it's too soon. Second of all, it's irrelevant at this point because Kalani Pea shared something really powerful. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna put it up on screen and I'm gonna read it to you guys. And I want you guys to give me input. All of my Ohana and Hawaii, like Judy, and then for those of you that are not, obviously give me your feedback. I want to share this with you. And let me see if I can pull it up. Uh, Here we go. So I'm going to share this. This is what he said, and this kind of it it's a reflection. Let me just put it up. So here we go. There it is. So he said, Lahaina is the first capital of Hawaii alongside Kona. I'm gonna need my wife's help with this because I'm gonna butcher. So you know, come and help me read this. Hence is the land of our chiefs, kings, and queens, where it was known for a plethora of water around Moku'ula and Mokuhinia. And okay, it is where Hihawahine dwelled. Boats could go all the way in surrounding Waiolo Church area from 200 years ago. Lahaina were wetlands, not dry land. Fires were not supposed to happen in wetlands. The stealing and water diversions, channelizations of businesses, golf courses, sugarcane, pineapple plantations, hotels took away all that are natural of Lahaina. So here's a learning lesson. Let's not emphasize too much on this lesson. I'm not going to butcher that Hawaiian word. I'm so bad. It's ha'awahina or right there.
Ha'avina.
Huh?
Ha'avina. Lesson. Ha'avina.
Ha'avina, which is the lesson. Material things are temporary. Our lives matter in the most. And Lahaina is not a tourist. Hold on, don't go anywhere, honey. Lahaina is not a tourist spot. There's more. It's the Aina of our kupuna. It's the land of our kanaka. My heart aches as my place in Wailuku was pu'uhonua for some families last night. Everything is ravaged on the west side of Maui. Aya ihea. Here, talk loud. Aya ihea kauwai o Kane, which is where is the water of Kane. Now it's time to work and thrive together and take care of our loved ones, kama aina, who are displaced at this time. First and foremost, na keokua na akua me na amakua e malamama. Oh, I'm getting better. Just kidding. I probably suck. So if Kalani ever watches this, don't be mad. And brother Kama, don't get mad at me because Kama's so hard on me. Yeah, I said it too fast. But anyway, I was trying to sound professional. You know what I mean? But anyways, I love how Kalani takes that and he puts it into perspective because people are having political conversations, which it's obviously right now is not relevant. Right now, what's relevant is find our families, is find our Hana that are still not responding to messages and making sure they're okay. And then what's the next? So on that video I posted, um, there's my previous post on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. There's a link where you can support and kind of help people that are in need. Um, Brother Sean in Australia had messaged me, asked me if we're gonna go help out. I said no, not at this time. I don't think it's uh yeah, the flights are to take people away, not to bring people in. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, I don't think we would be of any benefit at this time because we're not. They're still, they're still assessing everything. So I think maybe if there's a time where there needs to be a rebuilding or something like that, or just loving on people, and if finances would allow, and that's where God had us to be, just for if it's just for a short season, that would be um a possibility. So they're feeding. So my wife said they have family in Molokai and Maui that they're taking people in and feeding people. So Judy, if you need any help or whatever, just message me, and then I don't know, we want to help too. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, getting back to what Kalani said, it's powerful what he said, that, and it's not political. He's not throwing any. At least I'm not taking that way. But when you take a land that was originally created as it was, as a marshlands, wetlands, and you deplete it of what it was, at some point something, it's going to open a door for that kind of stuff. And so I got growing up as a kid in a Big Island, I remember going to Kauai, which is the driest part of the Big Island, and that's where a lot of the fires were in the past couple of days, past 48 hours. The Kohala Coast, that area. um close to the Mauna Kea beach area. But anyways, um, when you take Hawaii and you repurpose it for commercial activity, tourism, there's going to be something like this. I think that's what he was talking about. That there's a life lesson with that. There's a life. Give an example. So, have you guys ever been to Waikiki? If you've ever been to Waikiki, give me a thumbs up in the comments. Whether you're on Twitch, YouTube, X, whatever, give me a thumbs up if you've ever been to Waikiki, and I'll share a funny story about Waikiki. Uh, Waikiki, as you know it, is not supposed to be what you look at, how you see it. If you go back, I want to say just a few hundred years, it was all swamplands. There's a world famous canal that tourists love to swim in. And it's called Alawai Canal. Just kidding. But if you don't know Alawai Canal, the Alawai Canal is the grossest river canal, whatever you want to call it. That there's so many jokes about that place. Well, there's a dude that's making money taking tourists on the Alawai Canal. He has those Italian-looking skinny boats, and and it's cool. I mean, if that's how you make money, but it's definitely not. The water doesn't smell good. But anyway, so they took all this water, this marshlands, and they created these canals and channels where the water would be diverted. And so when the land was cleared out, that's where they built Waikiki. And I'm oversimplifying it, but that's the gist of it. If you've ever been to Kailua, Oahu, that's where we lived. Gondola. Tala's all over the place, just like Ruben. Tala's on YouTube and on Twitch. But yeah, so Kailua, same thing. So if you watch my old live streams, I used to do these live streams from this heiau called Ulupu Heiau in Kailua. Ulupo, yeah, Ulupo. And that is where Native Hawaiian chiefs would either reside or they would do their surveying of the land. And are you talking? Like I what you said? I cannot hear.
Residing.
So my wife's talking to me, but I hear myself talking to myself, and then I hear kind of like, yeah. But anyways, the marshland, I want to say, was 800 acres of marshland. It was the largest wetlands at one time. I want to say in the United States, but for sure in Hawaii. But anyway, I say all that, guys, that it if you go to Kailua right now, where we live for 25 years, as beautiful as Kailua is, it's dry. It's drier than other places. Like it's drier than Kaneohe, which is very lush, very. And the saving grace for Oahu in general is that it rains every day. So, getting back to drought, first I want to say thank you to my top heart giver. Holy smokes, Karen dropped 2,374 hearts. I don't know where those hearts are going, but it's going somewhere. So thank you, Karen. But uh going back to dry, you think, how can Hawaii catch on fire when you're in the middle of the ocean, you're in a tropical climate, it rains every single day. So if you don't know, guys, it rains every single day in Hawaii. It rains every single day somewhere in Hawaii. It rains every single day on every island. Maybe not the entire island, but it rains every single day on every island. I don't know about Kaho'olawe because I've never been there, but it's green, so they must be getting water from something. So it's brown and green, and yeah, it's got a lot of bombs or bomb ordnance that they're still clearing up. But anyways, I want to share this story, and then we'll ramp up. I think. Um, as a kid, growing up in Puna, I would say growing up, I only lived there for I want to say a third of my life, but that's where I'm from. And I will always call that home. I will always say I grew up there because that's where my heart is. And um, as a kid, I remember the sugarcane fields. So if you don't know Hawaii's history, we had a lot of wealthy people um, would come in and do farming sugar. So sugarcane fields were a thing. And I never forget. So there's the sugarcane fields that they had these water pipes that would come down and they would shoot water into the trucks, and they would douse these trucks with water so the dust wouldn't fly all over when they're driving. Well, there's a time in KL or in the Puna district where there was not enough water for the residents. There was a drought. It's weird. Like what the heck? And so we had water catchment. So the majority of the Big Island in Hawaii, I would say the majority does not get. Okay, I'm probably butchering this. I don't think it's the majority, but a lot have water catchment. So because it rains so much, we catch water, we catch it in a big swimming pool, and we use it to take shower. Some people have purifiers and they use it for drinking water. But in the 80s, I remember that we didn't have enough water in a water tank. It was so low. It was crazy. I never forget that. And so we had to go get water from these sugarcane truck pipes. But I cannot make this stuff up. So what they did was we didn't get it from the same pipe as the trucks, but they created a spigot on the bottom, and it was a I never forget. As a kid, I used to have fun, and as a kid, you don't know the severity of these things. But I remember we used to pump water. Probably if my dad watched this, he would go, "Yeah, I remember that." And so they had these big pump buttons, whatever you call them, spigots. And my dad had this. Well, my dad had this. It was like a gasoline can. As a kid, I thought it was gasoline. And anyways, we filled it with water and we took it home and we put it on a stove and we would boil it and then we'd use it to whatever. And you think about how can Hawaii be like that? Like what the heck is going on? And now it leads to the conversation of the climate and what's happening. And but I will say, for those that are not biblical scholars, there's a verse that I always um reference to when it comes to church and preaching is that in book of Romans chapter 8 talks there's a scripture and there's a verse and it talks about how the earth is literally groaning in anticipation. So it makes reference to that the earth in its physical form is like it's shifting, it's changing, and it's anticipating for God's people to, and I'm going to oversimplify it, but to take it at the helm and steward it. But not necessarily just in the physical aspect of there's another spiritual context to that scripture. But anyways, it's powerful when I think about when we talk about climate and how it's changing and all these fires and all these other things. Well, at the end of the day, there comes a stewardship aspect to it. Um, and I think we'll leave it at that. I don't want to get too much into that because that will open up the door and we'll be here all night arguing back and forth. So yeah. So going back to the fires, guys, keep all of the people of Maui in prayer. Even Big Island, we know that they've got it under control, but let's keep them in prayer because anytime things burn, there's always a loss of property. There's loss of possessions, and what Kalani said was, I'll read it, and he said that what matters right here, and I want to keep referencing him, is that our lives matter the most, and it's here. I'll read it down. It's time to thrive and work together, take care of our loved ones, the Kamaaina who are displaced at this time first and foremost. And I love that. Like, so keep all of our friends and family in prayer. Like, and if you want to support, let me see if I can pull it up. Give me a second, guys. I try to have most of it put together before I went live, but you know, I'm not always the best at getting everything lined out. So um I'll share this. Uh, Give me a second. Sorry, I'm missing comments. Let me read some comments where I'm looking. Thank you, Karen. You're welcome to the hearts. Just stop because I thought maybe it's not good now. I think maybe it's okay for hearts because they are for you. You're doing a good. Thank you. Appreciate that being good information. Man, I'm just sharing stuff that other people are sharing. So Let's sign in. So if you're not following me, make sure you click the follow button. Make sure you turn on notification. You don't have to turn on all notifications. I think on all platforms you can just turn on notifications for certain things. And so this is a old what happened? That's sorry, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna sign in. Email username. Yeah, so if you're not following, make sure you follow and make sure that you turn on notifications. You can do live video notifications, you turn on all notifications. It really doesn't matter. Also, make sure you follow Judy. She's Tiki Tales, I think on all social media outlets. Buy her books too. Support her. She writes children's books, and they're based obviously in the concept of being in the islands. And I think her son does some of the artwork too, if I'm not mistaken. She can fact check me on that. I'm going to share something with you guys, and then we'll close it out. Okay, I promise. 845. Sorry, guys. Thank you for the hearts again. I appreciate you. Here we go. So I'm going to share the information. Okay, here we go, and I'll read it. So. Oops. Sorry, guys. Thanks for being patient. Appreciate you guys. Oh. Use that. Share screen. So here's how you can help. If you want to help. So it's hawaiicommunityfoundation.org. And that'll so if you want to help those on Maui. So let's I hear myself talking in another audio. Okay, here we go. So it's called the Hawaii Community Foundation. So if you want to help, this is how you can help. Where's my audio? It's got to be my iPad. It is the iPad. Okay. So this is the Hawaii Community Foundation, I think it's called. Take my face out of there. And let's read it. In response to the devastating wildfires on Maui, we are working to support affected communities through the Maui Strong Fund, providing resources for disaster response and recovery. So if you want to donate, there's a little button right there. If you want to reach out to Judy, that would be awesome. She's so you can do 100, 250, 5, whatever you can give. And I will research this and post more info. I want to make sure that that the money is. It seems like a good foundation, but there we go. So let's end this share screen. There we go. I think that's good, guys. I think that's a good place to land the plane. Keep them in prayer. I'm just glad that my wife. So I worked late last night, and I came home this morning, and so I don't think she slept much from what she was telling me. So being away from the islands does make it more emotionally taxing for us because even though we don't live on Maui Food Bank is a good one. Okay, thank you, Judy. I wish I could pop that up on the screen, but Twitter won't allow me right now. So Maui Food Bank is a good one. There's a church. They're not in Lahaina, but what's the name of the church, hon? King's Cathedral is. Let me look them up and I'll share with you. Is it King's Cathedral? Maui. Okay, here we go. So they're in Kahului, which is a good ways away. Kahului is beautiful. I love Kahului. So if you want to, Hawaii Food Bank is one, but also there is
although there's a lot of devastation in Lahaina, there's still fires in Kihei and upcountry.
So there's still fires in Kihei and upcountry. So let me share this with you. So this church, they are offering support as well. Okay, so they have the civic alerts. They've got. I know that they were housing people as well. So there's the phone number 808-871-7311. They are at 777 Maui Veterans Highway in Kahului next to Zippy's and Home Depot. They are offering an invitation to all the affected families with clothing, food, and shelter. And this is the senior pastor. I haven't met. I don't think I met him. I did meet his son, who Pastor Josh, who actually operates the church on Oahu. So I did meet them. It was, I think it was at a and they had like a little get together, like a men's breakfast. I remember he was one of the speakers. We were able to talk, and I actually met a few other pastors as well. But anyways, they're offering shelter, food, and resources as well. So there's a lot of help, guys. So if you guys know anybody that needs help, just reach out to Judy, myself. Hopefully Judy doesn't mind me giving you, but make sure you follow her. And so I'm gonna play the video. We're gonna close it out. I'm not gonna play my fancy video ending. I want to share this video and then we'll close it out. So.
Yeah, we're done. Be careful right here. There's debris all. Yeah. No. No. Yeah, we're done. Be careful right here. There's debris all.
So guys, if you guys want to support, go to my last post on X. There's tons of information on Instagram. There's so many Instagram stories and videos, and people have links how you can help. Once again, it's there's Aloha United Way, Hawaii Food Bank, King's Cathedral on Maui, and there's a lot. So if you guys know anybody that needs help and assistance, just use those resources. Thank you for hanging out. I think I am gonna play my video going out, but I appreciate you guys hanging out, just staying with us in this conversation, and our heart goes out to you guys out there in Maui, the Big Island. Thank you to my YouTube family, Twitch. A lot of you guys just went back and forth, but thank you. So, and of course, my family on X or Twitter. Thank you guys, and hopefully you guys have a blessed. What is today? Today's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, and we'll see you guys on my next one. We'll play a video, and we will see you soon. Aloha, guys.